Hi, this is Leung back with Groove at any time. A huge welcome and a congratulations to all of you who are joining us live. I know that we're on a few minutes earlier, but that's because we're just so excited about everything that's going on here today that we want to make sure that all of you are here and we get to get this message out to you as soon as possible. Now, of course, for those of you who have been around watching the news or maybe from the US, some crazy things are happening all around the world. And if I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. There are many things in our lives that we cannot control. There are many things that happen outside. We cannot control what people say. We cannot control what people do. If at the very least, at the very minimum, it is my wish that all of us here know how to act and behave a little bit better than that. And maybe perhaps this can be something that can be a lesson. As I said, that this Groove community is an escape for all the negativity out in the world. And so while we are here, while we do have you here with us, we want to be making sure that we have as much of a positive influence as possible, not only to each other, but also to our family and everyone else that we love. So, of course, this is not any type of promotional or political or any type of those type of messaging, but I think it's just something that we as leaders of the great nation, of the great world, it is something that will help you if you know how to have the right attitude, to think correctly, to act and behave correctly. It will contribute towards your success. So let's act like professionals. Let's become mature people. And of course, at the very most important, people whom we know others can look up to, our kids can model after, our family can be proud of. So that is just my quick PSA of the day. But for those of you who are here, thank you very much for joining us. Let me know where you're from, what time it is, where you're at right now, because we're always excited to interact and also engage with you as much as possible. So of course, this is Groove at any time, where we can be on at any time during the day. We can be on at anywhere, and usually we talk about anything. But as you can see here today, we want to talk about how Groove webinars are back, the new promo that we should be focusing on now that the Groove Magazine and Fast Start Marketing Lab promotion is over. Here's the thing. The last few weeks, we have been putting a lot of focus on it because we wanted to make sure that for as many people as possible who are here and who want to be a much bigger part in everything that we do, that this is something that you have been invited to as well. And of course, a couple of days ago, we officially launched to huge raving reviews. And in fact, even though the launch is over, you can still get access to Donna's very first lesson, which she has provided for free as well. Learn more about that, of course, in our previous sessions of Groove at any time. But today, let's go ahead and focus on what is next. So what is next? Before the launch, just so that you know, because we do have a lot of people who are joining us and have been joining us over the last few weeks. Not all of you have been around or were around in December or November of last year when we initially launched this webinar campaign. So here is the scoop, okay? For those of you who have been joining us new, been around maybe not so long, just so that you know, prior to the Fast Start Marketing Lab launch, we actually started an initiative called the Groove Live Webinars. And we had actually been doing that for 6 weeks towards the end of the year. And that was all designed to help you, to talk to your members for you, to help to present the opportunity for you, and also to give a live demo and everything else. So all of these we will continue to work on to improve the process as time goes on. But just to let you know, today, after taking a couple of weeks off for the holidays, and of course, we're focusing on the Fast Start launch, now we are back. In fact, today, silently, earlier my morning time, it is about the afternoon for me here, but during the first session, actually the first morning, what am I saying? The first session of the actual webinar was actually launched earlier this morning. So it was launched silently. It was really at the same time as another marketing lab session. So we didn't want to make a big deal out of it. I know that there's going to be a lot of people as well who are, inside of the Fast Start Marketing Lab course. And so we wouldn't want to distract you from the fine training that is available inside there. So we didn't make the announcement, but just to let you know, with a small audience, it was good practice for me. And yes, we still had a pretty good show up rate despite very minimal reminders. And so that's just the basic updates of everything that happened here so far, just to let you know that it is underway. Next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, you can continue to start telling all your people about it. And yes, I will continue to wake up early my time, I think 7 a.m. 8 a.m. You're welcome, by the way, and we're going to continue to serve you with a lot of these webinars. But before I share with you a little bit more in terms of what you need to do next, let's go ahead and say hi to a few of you who are saying hi in the comments. We got Coach Ryan, who is saying greetings from British Columbia. I saw your message. I saw your comment saying looking forward to this update. I'm glad you were able to join us even though we hopped on a little bit early. That's just some of the things that we do here because, again, Groove at any time, right? So we're on at any time. But thank you for being flexible, Mr. Ryan. We can always count on you to be on these live shows. We got The Real join us from YouTube saying Nebraska. Says hello. Well, hello back to Nebraska as well as anybody else from all around the world. We got Muriel from Brooklyn, New York, 11:32 p.m. Thank you very much for joining us. A very good evening to you. And then Leslie is saying hi from New York City. I didn't even know about this insanity. I was working all day on creating a survey. OMG, as if 2020 wasn't enough. So that's the thing, right? I think it's a good thing that for people like you, maybe even like me, I didn't even find out about it until my friend pinged me about it and told me to go, oh, watch the news, check out what's happening. Sometimes it's better just to get those blinders on. Sometimes it's better off that we don't know what else is going on in the outside world because there's just so much more better things that we should be spending our time on, focusing on. So yes, good for you. I know 2020 was crazy, and that's why I said for many people who said, oh yeah, I can't wait until 2020 is over. Well, hey, 2020 is over, right? But even when 2020 was still a thing and we're still living in it, I said that, hey, just because the year is going to be over, it doesn't mean that all the craziness and everything else is going to get better. If you want 2021 and beyond to be better, you need to take control of that. You need to do what you need to do. And that means become a better version of yourself. That means replicating all the successes of other people and forget about all the noise. Right? Forget about all the negativity because in the end, only you can control what is going to happen to your life, your loved ones. And if you want 2021 to be your year, get away from the craziness that was 2020 and what is evidently bleeding into 2021. And to be honest, there is no end in sight. It's just a mad world. We got Prince Amal saying greetings from Nigeria, 5:30 a.m. What are you doing up at 5:30 a.m.? Hope you are, taking care of your health, getting some good rest. Of course, 5:30 a.m. is way too early. So hopefully next time you can catch us on the replay. You are not obligated to join us live by any means whatsoever. We got Shushio Master saying 10:32 p.m. in Dallas, Texas. Thank you very much for joining us. A very good evening. Leslie is saying so awesome. Donna has a free lesson. Yeah, I think I was as surprised as you are because that was an amazing session. And I think all of us are pleasantly surprised that she was giving this away for free. And still to this day, all of us can access it along with the notes, along with the worksheets, along with the cool bonuses and freebies and everything else. So yes, we definitely want to thank Donna for her generosity. We got LS, Online Success from Sydney, coming down in Chicago, says Sinov Netterville, thank you for the update. We're obviously hoping and wishing for calmness all around the nation as well, because it is pretty crazy stuff that is happening. E. Maria is in Haya from Ayrshire in Scotland, West Coast. It's 4:38 a.m. Another night owl for our Groovesters. Thank you for joining us. You as well. Definitely need to get some rest. 4:38 a.m. Wow. Nash Cardo, shout out from Chicago. Thank you for your shout out. Thank you for sharing with us. It is also the middle of the night for you, I believe. Oh, no, it's not. It's in the evening. So very cool. Thank you for joining us from Chicago. Sunov is saying for real. Leslie is saying, Simon, where do we access Donna's lesson in the FB group? I'm sure if you search through the Facebook group, you will be able to find the link to it as well. I would recommend that you find that link. I actually don't have it in the top of my head right now, but maybe later on when I think about it and I remember it, I can share it with you right here. But of course, we'll come back into the actual group itself and answer that question within the actual comments later on once I have that link for you. So hopefully we can get all of that as well. Ginger or any one of our fellow Groovesters, if you have that information, I believe actually justgroove.com. So once again, justgroove.com is probably a place that you can go right now and see whether or not you can find it. If so, please confirm in the comments and we can see whether or not it is still available for you. But thank you very much, Leslie, for that question. I'm sure many people also have the same question. Ginger is saying, hey, hey, from Southern Utah. Okay, so very good. With interest of time, let's go ahead and start to talk about how we can continue with what we want to do next. Now, of course, for all of us who are here right now, what I want to direct your attention to is, let me really quickly put this into the chat right here. groovejv.com is the page that you're going to want to get to, because this is usually where we would go to find a lot of our information when it comes to anything affiliate marketing related or Groove JV related. This is where you want to go. Now, for all of you who had joined us recently on the Fast Start Marketing Lab launch or the magazine launch, you would notice that the page previously was very different. And now we have reverted right back to what it should look like originally, which is basically everything that is promoting the Groove Funnels accounts. Okay, so over here, this is what you should be able to see right now, especially if you're watching us live, or if you just so happen to be watching us on the replay in a very recent time after this actually went live. But basically, what I want to introduce you to, if you haven't been here before, is our JV program. Okay, so once you're here, make sure that you read through all of the content that is available here. Watch this video from Mr. Mike Filsaime himself, the CEO and co-founder of the company, to learn all about what this Groove Partnership Program is all about. What I want to really address right now, though, as because we're talking about the webinar, we're talking about this weekly webinar that we're going to be doing for you every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. The first thing that I want to make sure that you do is that once you're here at Groove JV, if you don't already have an account, make sure that you sign up for your free account, because once you do, you will also have access to the JV partnership program. Okay, so once you're logged in, you will see right here on the top right corner your name. So hopefully this should say your name and not my name. And when it has your name, it means that all of the content over here, all of the promo tools should have your own affiliate link. Now, of course, for the Groove webinar, we talked about this before, but we don't have a lot of the promo swipe files for you ready just yet. And especially because we're going to be focusing on the delivery of the Fast Start Marketing Lab, I can foresee that there is going to be a slight delay if there in fact will be any additional swipe files for you. But keep in mind and rest assured that whenever that does happen, I will be the first to update you right here on the next Groove at any time, which can happen at any time. But what I want to direct your attention to is of course the links section, where you can find your affiliate links. Over here, you will see this one that goes to the GrooveFunnels homepage. You will see this one that will take you to the upgrade page. You'll see this one that gives you the package descriptions and whatever else. The one that you want to take note on, especially if you're following along at Groove at any time and you want to promote the webinar that is going to be happening next week, next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to see this that says GrooveFunnels live webinar. Okay, this is the link that you want to copy. Now, if you want to see exactly how that looks like, we can right click on this and go to the actual page, which will show you how this page looks like. It's actually just a go-to webinar registration page where once here, you'll see that this is in fact a registration for the actual webinar itself. It's called GrooveFunnels trademark live, how to start your online business today for free. And right down here, you will see a list of, for the next foreseeable few weeks, we do have a couple more sessions for you. Keep in mind, this is in Singapore time, okay? So it's not gonna be the exact same for yours, wherever you might be. This might look a little bit different, but just so that you know, in my time zone, it's gonna be Thursday morning at 9 a.m., which is very early morning for me. That means I have to wake up around 7 a.m. I am not a morning person, but I will do this for you just because that's the kind of people that we are, okay? But for you, keep in mind, this is Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern time, EST. So you do your own diligence to convert that into your own time zone. And hopefully once you register for this, GoToWebinar will give you a slightly better idea on what your time zone just so happens to be, okay? So when you scroll down, you can go ahead and see that, yes, there is more information about it. And so what I would recommend that you do is, of course, you also register right here because you're gonna want to get all the notifications. You're also going to want to be able to get notified whenever all these sessions are actually on live. And so whomever actually register, you put in your first name, your last name, you enter in your email address. This will then be able to notify you anytime our live sessions are going live. And so for the exact same people that you will be referring, okay, they will also get the exact same notifications. Let us do the email marketing for you. And in fact, let us do as much of the presentation and the live demo and the talking for you as much as possible. Although keep note that during the presentation, I do say that if you have any additional questions or if you have any additional comments after this presentation is over, make sure that you connect back to your sponsor. So just note that this is not supposed to be, not designed to be a 100%, hands-free, you do absolutely nothing type of quote unquote service. It is something that we want to do to help you. However, it is a business. It is something that we want you to be involved in as well. We don't want to do everything for you because that's not going to help you grow, right? We want to grow you. We want to develop you as leaders, as success stories, as mentors. And so in that case, you eventually also need a mentor yourself. We cannot spoon feed everybody. Otherwise, it's not going to be a business, right? It's not going to be anything that we're growing. So we want to make sure that at the very bare minimum, you can also participate as much as possible as well. So that's pretty much it. You come to groovejv.com, as you can see right there on the page, and you're going to want to promote this GrooveFunnels live webinar as much as possible. Now, just to let you know, even though we don't have too many promo tools already for you just yet, if you go to where it says swipes with the email icon, right? Once you come here, you will see that in fact, we do have one email that has been pre-written that is designed to provide you as a guideline to model after if you should want to promote this via email to your subscribers, to your database, to your list, or whatever else. You can come here and check it out. This email with a few different subject lines, it has been pre-written for you that you can base your own email after. I would highly recommend that you use your own voice, use your own language, use whatever it is that you use in terms of wording and phrases to promote to your own list. Because if, let's say, for example, for me, when I send out emails to my list, I usually start off with something like, hi, hope you had a nice weekend, happy new year, happy, Valentine's Day or Merry Christmas or whatever else. If you just simply copy and paste and this says, oh, 2020 was crazy for all of us, obviously people would know instantly that this was something that was pre-written and it wouldn't be so personal. Okay, so for that, I recommend that you use this live webinar swipe file as your email to model after as a guideline or for whatever else, and hopefully this can be a good step to help you towards getting into the webinar registration. Okay, so hopefully you can use that as a way for you to help yourself out and to promote that as well. All right, so with that, that is pretty much all that I have to share with you here today. And just so that you know, okay, I just went on and did a quick test on my computer, and I'm going to share my screen with you again right now. And what I'm going to do is I will type in the link that you should go to, justgroove.com. Okay, and this to answer your question, I believe it was Leslie. Okay, this is where you can go to for justgroove.com. Keep in mind, this is not a place for us to share affiliate links. We cannot actually share our own affiliate links in response, even if it's to somebody else's question. So keep in mind that this is all part of the terms and conditions. So if you're doing that, shame on you. But keep in mind, if you want to learn more about what we talked about here earlier, okay, justgroove.com is where you can go to access Donna's free class, okay? And just so that you know, if you want to learn all about all of the terms and conditions, when you go back to groovejv.com, okay, right here, scroll all the way down, you will be able to see right here all the rules, affiliate terms, and conditions. Okay, so make sure that you read and understand all of these, that you're not copying and pasting your own affiliate link inside of this group or any of the Groove properties, and especially in response to anybody's questions, because that is all supposedly terms for deletion and banning of your account. Just make sure that you read through all of this and you understand all of that. All right, so with that, this is all that I have for you here today. Before we let you go, I do want to go ahead and continue to say hi with just a few of you who have been commenting while I was going on and on and on. Ginger is saying hey from Southern Utah, so a legitimate and a proper hello back to you. We got Shushil, who is saying it's in the Groove, it's in the Groove Labs in FB. I think what I believe Leslie was asking about was Donna's free version of the actual class that she was giving away. So yes, even though the Groove Labs private group inside of Facebook is where we're doing all of our live classes, you can go to justgroove.com to see the free class that Donna is giving away as well. Okay, so we got Leslie who is saying, here's the link to Donna's free class. Hopefully you're giving away justgroove.com or something similar and not your affiliate link, but you get the idea. Okay, one song, Hi Song, is saying hi from Penang. Well, congratulations. Welcome, because I am in Penang Island as well. So very huge welcome to you. And thank you for joining us as part of the Groove community. We got Tim, who is saying, hey, caught you live, keep watching replays, but here now from Melbourne. So huge congratulations and welcome for joining us live, Mr. Tim. It is always great to connect with any of our fellow Groovesters anytime that we are on live. So definitely thank you for joining us. We got Chris, who is also saying hi from Tennessee. So with that, in conclusion, thank you for all of you who are always showing up, even though we don't really have a planned time. We are on at any time. And sometimes I might do like a 15 or 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour in advance, just to let you know that I'm coming on. But sometimes I might just click on the go live button as well. So this is just spur of the moment. And hopefully whenever possible, we can interact with as many of you as we can, because we want you to participate, not just on these live streams, but also in everything else that we do, including the webinar. And just so that you know, for all of you who also happen to be in the Fast Start Marketing Lab course, The training is going to continue. It is scheduled to be a 7-week course, and we are just on week number 1, okay? And we're just really on the first few sessions. I was able to complete my session, I think, on the first or second day. I still have 3 more to go, and my next session, I believe, is sometime next week. So in terms of preparation, in terms of everything that I want to do to get ready for that, it'll probably take the next few days for me to make sure that we give you the best, most spectacular presentation and training as possible. Okay, so don't be surprised if my Groove at Anytime sessions will be limited over the next several days, maybe even the next few weeks, because as I mentioned, we do have a few additional sessions to go, and I want to make sure that is absolutely awesome. Okay, in addition to that, as a quick reminder, we are going to continue off with the whole Groove team concept, as well as Groove collabs. In future Groove at Anytime, I'll probably give you a little bit more information about that. And so if you're interested to learn more about what we are doing, what I want to invite you to do is to go to grooveover.to/team. Again, that's grooveover.to/team. And there you will be able to see your form to volunteer to become a big part of everything that we do. So in 2020, we launched an initiative where we wanted to get some volunteers to help to contribute to fellow Groovesters. And in 2021, hopefully in the next few weeks' time, we will have a little bit more bandwidth to go on and proceed with this spectacular idea. We already have a few people who are helping out to, collaborate on YouTube videos, to help out behind the scenes and to do video editing and whatever else. And so if there's any other way that you want to get involved, that you want to be a part of it, we absolutely would appreciate you and absolutely appreciate the opportunity to work with you as well. So go to grooveover.to/team to learn more. You will also see a video on that page to give you a little bit more information about that. All right, so Ginger is saying thank you so much for your time. Cheers. Thank you very much for your time as well. Leslie saying no, that was not my affiliate link. I'm new and never set up the affiliate link yet. Okay, thank you, Leslie, for clarification. There was just basically a PSA for the general, anybody who might be watching, because we've seen some instances where, some comments have been replied with different types of affiliate links and things like that. So we want to make sure that we are keeping up with the best interest of everybody as much as possible. But by the way, just so that you know, even if you are new, once you have your free account with Groove, you are automatically an affiliate. Okay, so watch this entire replay of this video of this session. If you need to, go to groovejv.com. You should be able to find, as long as you are already a member of Groove, you should already have an affiliate link as well. Okay, and Marge is saying, I love your training. I assume you're talking about the Fast Start Marketing Lab training. Thank you very much for that. We did our first session and I talked about business models. We mentioned e-commerce and affiliate marketing and agency and all those really cool things. I think it was almost 3 hours long. And if you know me, you know that I like to over deliver, but 3 hours is probably a bit much, especially thinking that we're going to have dozens and dozens and dozens more hours of that training as time goes on as well. All right. So with all of that, I do want to thank you for your time here today. If you're just joining us, make sure that you go back and watch this replay, or if you are watching us on the replay, thank you very much for doing that, because as always, we want to share as much good value with you as possible. All right. So with that, take action on anything that you need to hear right now. Let me know, as always, if you have any additional questions. Thank you very much for your time here today. And as always, I will see you on the inside. Cheers, folks. Thank you very much.